morning, dear investors. My name is Diana Zueva and I am a business assistant for international communication of Vera Fund. Today we are going to have an interview with the owner of the World of Elite Apartments in Russia in St. Petersburg with Peter Wojcinski. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning.
Nice to meet you.
Great to meet you. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for your time. Peter, before we start talking about the real estate market in St. Petersburg, please tell me briefly about your company, how you started it and why you chose the real estate business.
It was established in 2010. I returned from the United States to Russia in 2008 and met my future partner, whose name is Dmitry. And we started a business in about a year and a half, two, which was this company, the World of Elite Flats Apartments. At first, I went to him as an agent, as a real estate agent to work for him. And then we decided to open this company. Why did I choose real estate? Well, it's a free business. It's a business of a free mind. So I believe that's pretty much it. Why?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And is it difficult to start a business in Russia?
Is it difficult to start a business in Russia? I believe it is not that difficult. It is more difficult to close business in Russia due to legal bureaucracy or dues, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just about license. Is it necessary to get license for real estate business in Russia?
Right. Well, I must explain the whole market of Russia, of St. Petersburg in advance. It all started about 30 years ago, 35 years ago. Before this, it was obviously communism and you could only exchange apartments or flats, not buy or sell them. That means that our market is very young, so to speak. 30 years ago, first associations tried to issue license to the brokers, to the real estate brokers. And then they canceled that because of the competitors. They wanted the competitive market and they canceled it. So now pretty much anybody could be a real estate agent. No, license is not necessary.
Okay. And Peter, and what is in high demand these days in St. Petersburg? What locals buy more? I mean, apartments, flats, houses, or maybe they more rent, not buy?
It's a very collective image. You can't say that people buy only houses, only flats. It's, this type of people, these type of people, they buy flats. Especially after pandemic of 2020, most of the people try to switch their jobs and work from their home. Obviously, houses were in a high demand in the last 2-3 years. Well, if you're asking what's in square meterage, I would say that maybe in the 1990s, the demand was for a lot bigger apartments or flats than today. Then people used to buy 300, 340, 50, 400 square meters with a beautiful view. And again, you must remember that in Russia, there are two different zonings. One is communal zoning, which is the old buildings. Most of them are architectural monuments. And some of them that started constructing and building in 2010, something like this, it's all new buildings. So people pretty much split into who wants the older buildings, older zoning, and who wants the new ones with underground parking and so on. So it's 50-50.
Okay. And what's the average price per square meter?
Well, St. Petersburg is pretty large, and obviously we have elite real estate market. We have so anywhere from 200,000 rubles per square meter until to 2 million rubles per square meter. In dollars, that is about from $3,000 to, let's say, $25,000 per square meter.
Okay. And how often do locals take loans from the bank? Is it difficult to buy property these days?
Well, later, it is not that difficult. Of course, people are using mortgages and loans a lot more often. Again, back in 1990s, it was, you had to pay 30, 40, 50% down payment as the first payment. Now it's obviously a lot less. Now it's obviously a lot easier.
Yes, I see. And what's the average income of Russian business people?
Great question. I would say the top manager makes anywhere from 300,000 rubles per month and up. Is there an infinity up? I don't know. That is $5,000,
$5,000.
$6,000, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
That is a decent amount of money per Russian citizen.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
It is good.
Yes, and my next question is about taxes. It's a very important question. Please explain me, is it necessary to pay taxes when you buy?
It is necessary.
When you sell and when you rent?
Of course. There are different types of taxes for property, for revenues, and so on and so on. We have local, federal, but Russian laws, meaning if you buy an apartment, a flat, and you sell it within 3 years, mm-hmm. you have to pay 13% of the revenue. Mm-hmm. You buy it for 100 million rubles, you sell it for 120 million rubles. Within 3 years, you have to pay 13% from the difference, which is 20 million rubles. If it's more than 3 years, you don't pay anything. Mm-hmm. If it is a foreign citizen or somebody that is not registered or was not in Russian Federation within 185 days per year, you always pay 30%.
30%.
Always.
Okay. Peter, and what is the situation with the commercial real estate these days? Are there a lot of vacant areas in business centers, in shopping centers?
Yes, and that is very unfortunate because of the whole situation in mm-hmm. February, the special war situation mm-hmm. operation. A lot of places are more vacant. A lot of places are empty. More places are empty. I hope it will change soon.
Yes, we will see. Peter, what can you tell me about investments in St. Petersburg? Are there a lot of investment funds? And how often do locals multiply their money with the help of investments?
I would say we live in a pretty much not very financially educated population. And sometimes people trust more to buy an apartment or a flat and to actually feel it, to see it, than to invest money into some stocks or obligations or any other market. Meaning, within the last 30 years in Russia, we had one default and mm-hmm. many crises. Meaning, the currency was not always stayed not always that way as it was saved in prior. I would say that people don't know a lot about investments other than real estate. Is it popular? Yes. Within a very pretty small circle of people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Peter, and what you can tell about foreign investors? Foreigners.
Yes. Well, again, before February, we had a lot. Now, obviously, it's more difficult to buy or sell or to invest. Mm-hmm. Yet, St. Petersburg is a large city, and I believe it will change soon, and I believe things will be more correct. We had big amount of foreign investors and foreign people that actually wanted to buy it and simply rent it out to others. We had a lot of people from other cities, from Russia, from Moscow, from mm-hmm. Siberian area. I would say foreigners was always, somewhere from 15 to 20% invested.
Mm-hmm. And where do they come from? Foreign investors?
We had a lot from the United States, a lot from Europe, which is Germany, Spain, or Italy. We had a lot of people from Eastern Europe, which is Poland or ex-Czech Republic, all over the world,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We had some people from Australia. We had some people from Japan. It was, various type of investors.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Peter, I'm really interested in bankruptcy auctions. Mm-hmm. Is it possible to buy a real estate property there?
Like a distressed object? Yes, of course. You have to have some type of license to be inserted in that type of auctions. Mm-hmm. But it is possible, and we do sell them.
Mm-hmm. But ordinary person can't do it?
No, it is not an open market. It's not available. Obviously, banks that give loans, and to people that actually cannot pay their loans, they simply, take them back, the objects, flats, houses, land plots, and so on. And of course, banks don't sell real estate. Banks used to, banks ask for people like us to sell it for them, and obviously for the lower price.
Okay. Peter, and is it possible to find in the information about person? Is the private information publicly available or not?
A real estate agent or just a person?
No, just a person. Can he find on the internet the information about the landlord, the owner of the flat, about the year when the flat was bought or when the building was built?
Well, something you can find, something in the open resources. Obviously not everything, of course.
Not everything.
It's pretty closed information.
Not like in America.
But most of the information is open. It's pretty simple to find.
Okay. Peter, and I guess my final question is about new forthcoming projects. Do you know some of them? If it is so, what it's going to be?
Well, all projects that are new is not necessarily successful projects in the end. We are investing into a real estate platform, and that is a pretty much it's an artificial intelligence platform, so to speak, which is looking for it predicts the mood of the client before he wants to buy something. And pretty much because of our expertise, which is 15 years in the real estate market here, we pretty much know their patterns. How can I say this? We know almost up to 75% that this family will exceed in they can buy extra apartment which is 20 meters more for a sports place or some type of office inside their apartment. We know that this family could have another child that will need a larger apartment and so on. And we pretty much, because of those patterns, because of those algorithms, offer them those types of objects that is pretty much needed to them prior to their search. And that is our new project. It's working well, I hope.
Yeah, okay. Peter, thank you for your time. Thank you for your answers.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now let me show you the company and introduce you to some departments.
Of course.
Please. Okay, this is our area where people work. This is our lawyer here. Let's come here. These are 2 or 3 different departments of the old zoning flats. That's the whole company. Here's one meeting room. Now there's a meeting of the one department. Come back. This is the department where we have the new construction buildings. Another meeting room. People are working.
Meeting rooms are amazing.
Here we have the back office. We have the IT specialists, different types of departments, and so on and so on. And here we have the gong. We have the tradition in our company. Every time the deal closes, the apartment is sold, we hit the gong. And now we'll show it. And you hear the clap.
Peter, thank you for your time, and please take this present from our company.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you. Now I'm with Anton Fedorov, with the managing partner of the World of Elite Apartments in St. Petersburg, in one of the local flats. The investor of this place is really unique. And why is it so? Because this house was built in the 19th century. This house is located 200 meters from Dvortsovaya Square. The height of the ceiling is 4 meters. What is more, this flat has a fireplace, a real fireplace.
And now I'll show you the view from the balcony.
Wow!
Yes.
Dear investors, and now we are on the balcony of this flat. What you can see an incredible view. It's absolutely amazing. During the summer, a world-known festival, Ali Parusa, takes place in St. Petersburg. It's an event of high school graduates, and during this day you can see a lot of ships and of course Ali Parusa. Dear investors, I send you greetings from the heart of Russia, from my beloved city in the world, from the place of theaters and museums, from St. Petersburg. Thank you for watching and see you in the next country.